everybody, and welcome to day 27. Um, I wanted to talk today about something that actually a lot of people have asked me about, and I figured I would take one of the days out of the 50 days until I'm 50 to actually talk about it. So, uh, obesity and being overweight is something that plagues millions of men and women throughout this country. These obesity is killing people. It's killing our people left and right. And a lot of times we don't do anything about it until we get that call. So I was one of those people that received a call. At my top rate, my top weight, I was actually 310 pounds. The scale clearly said 310, and at some point I lost like 5 pounds, and I kept and maintained this 305-pound weight. Um, it's so funny because like some people carry it differently. I've seen women that were 305 pounds and I didn't look as large as they did, or maybe I was just trying to fool myself or whatever. But the call that I received from a doctor was I started to experience, and I just wanted to break this down because people have asked me, like, what have I done? So I don't want to talk so much about the symptom as much as I talk about what I did. So a lot of times people, have said, like, what happened? Why did you decide to do what you've done? And so forth. And, when a doctor tells you that they can't give you any more blood pressure medicine, when a doctor tells you basically when they take you in your office, when they take you in the office, it's serious. And when the doctor took me in the office and basically asked me the question, is food that important to you? I had to simply say, no, it is not. But he basically is telling me I'm killing myself with food. At the time, thank God, I didn't have any high cholesterol. I didn't have a sugar issue. I simply was dealing with high blood pressure due to my obesity. Um, at the time, I didn't know that I actually had a thyroid problem too. But, obesity is obesity. So I went through this whole process because obesity is more than just fat. A lot of times when people are under an extremely amount of stress, you can develop something called cortisol. Cortisol will make belly fat, and you'll be overwhelmed. I don't care how many things of celery you eat, you could still, if you're under a high amount of stress, you can still build up cortisol, and cortisol goes right into the tummy of both men and women. And it can make, and you don't want, the thing about high blood pressure and stomach fat is those are the two combinations you don't want, because it's worse on the heart when you have an enormous amount of fat in this area. So anyway, so my journey began with me losing weight, where it actually just started because people have asked me, how'd you lose weight? How'd you lose weight? So it started with me walking. Now, walking in the beginning, I thought I was going to die. Like, I literally thought, like, I'm actually going to have a heart attack walking, because I had told you in other videos that my ex-husband destroyed my car. I had no choice but to walk. And I remember trying to go up hills and trying to go up things and so forth. And I remember going through these processes and going through these things, and I'm saying to myself, how the hell am I going to make it? I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. Like, I thought I was going to die. But then as the days progressed, things became easier. Every step became a little bit easier. And I started to see changes within my body. And it was weird because I didn't change my eating habits, but my body was reshaping itself, because walking works full body. Walking will strengthen, it will tone. So I said to myself, this is kind of stupid. Like, this really makes no sense that I would not change my diet and do this walking. So it wasn't until I transitioned the diet. And the diet was more or less starting to, I always tell people easy, eliminate the whites and start eliminating the carbohydrates and so forth. And start doing that, and you'll start seeing the weight come up. But the thing about getting older and being 50 and working out is that it takes us twice as hard to get the weight off. So it took me quite a few, I say about 2 years, 2.5 years to lose a total of 105 pounds. So it's like when you divide it out though by 2 years, it's not that much, but in the transition, I went from a size 24 to a 12. But what I've noticed is that sometimes, and I've done this before, you take a little advantage of your body and you start putting a little weight. And here I am again, it's January 2019, and over the holidays, I gained like 9 pounds. It's so simple and quick for you to just sit back and take advantage. So I say this, what if in 2019 you take control of your obesity and just say, it's going to be a new lifestyle. Start with walking. Walking is everything to the heart. It is everything to your mind. It helps consistently release endorphins. Just walking. Now, if you incorporate strength training into that, what studies have shown is that when you start doing strength training, it actually, when you go through the recovery phase, so let's say on Monday, you've actually strength trained, what happens on Tuesday is the recovery, say you don't do anything but walk on Tuesday and so forth, what happens is the recovery time to build the muscle actually burns more fat because it takes more out of you to, for your body to recover from what you just did. Let me tell you something, working out is not easy. Making a decision to go to the gym is the worst decision ever because you will talk yourself out of going 80,000 times. I can't tell you how many times I talked myself out of it and went and was so glad I went because I felt so much better after the fact. But don't keep making excuses for your health in 2019, especially if you're older. It's a time for you to just say, I'm going to take control, I'm going to lose the weight, and I'm going to feel better about myself. Talk to people that have lost weight, like people that have reached out to me. Kudos to you. They say I've inspired them, want to make them want to do great. I'm happy. Let's not hate on those that chose to stick with it. And here's the thing. I don't care if you have to keep starting and going. I'm going to tell you something about people that stop and start, stop and start. You're not ready. See, with anything in stages in your life, you have to be ready to want to attack something. You have to be ready to dedicate yourself to it. And what ends up happening is we just get frustrated. We gain more weight, right? We gain weight back because mentally you have to be ready to want to lose weight if that's your goal. You have to be ready to want to get healthy. You have to be ready to say enough is enough. And you have to be patient because the one thing about health and fitness is that a lot of people, if we don't see the result tomorrow, or if you don't see the scale move within 3-4 days, you give up. The movement of the scale does not determine how healthy you are. Get the blood work done. See where you stand. Talk to your doctor. Make that appointment and see where you stand and get the okay to go and really get into your health and fitness, but make it a lifestyle. Don't turn around and say, oh, the summer's coming, I want to lose weight. No, just don't even focus on the scale. Just say you want to get healthy. Change the way you eat. 85 to 90% of the reason why you're not losing weight is your diet. Point blank. It is your diet. I don't give two craps if you're in the gym 4 days a week. If the scale ain't moving, it's your diet. I've talked to bodybuilders and different things like that. They all tell me it's diet. You got to understand something. We all got a six-pack underneath what we have. It's the lessening of body fat that allows the definition to come through. Don't get me wrong. You're going to slack. You're going to do things like I did over the holidays. I didn't walk. I didn't do this. And boom, here it comes. So now I've went back a couple steps. So now I've taken my fitness to a different level. I'm doing boxing. I'm doing different things like that to bring it up to a different level so that I can, continuously getting the body that I want. And the thing about it, let's be clear. Our bodies will shape themselves in which they are genetically made to be shaped unless we go out here and get surgery and so forth. But my body is shaping the way in which it's just genetically formed to do so. I don't control it. I'm not out here trying to look like anyone else or whatever. I didn't get any surgeries. I didn't get any weight loss surgeries or anything because I've been given that slack before where people say, oh, you're trying to look like Kim Kardashian or this and that and the other. No, I just happen to have a small waist and a fat ass. It's just that is what it is. I've not done anything to alter that in any way. I work out, yes. Like a lot of women wear waist trainers and different things like that to enhance their waist. Do they work? Yeah, if you want to dedicate yourself. It's very hard to work out in a waist trainer, by the way. I work out with a waistband that allows me to make sweat. I can't work out with a waist trainer. It's very uncomfortable. But I've worn them a couple hours a day and different things like that. But get serious about your fitness. Screw what other people are looking like. Think about your health. Get serious in 2019 and make it a permanent change. Consider a vegan-based diet. And real quick, a lot of people have asked me about vegan. It's a very, very, very hard thing to do. So this is a challenge I give you. I try to give you homework and different things like that. So I'm going to give you this challenge before we go on this day 27. I want to tell you, if you're interested in doing vegan, meaning plant-based diet, this is my suggestion to you. In 7 months, you can be a full vegan. And the way that you do that is every week you add veganism to your diet. So you start off with Sunday, okay? For 7 days, on Sunday, you will be vegan. The following week, Sunday, Monday. The following week after that, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Following week after that, you understand what I'm saying? So you'll get 7 days. You'll be full vegan and so forth. But you don't have to go that extreme. Just pick a day out the week and say, I'm going to completely do a diet that is plant-based. No dairy, no meat, no nothing, right? You just choose to make a change. You have to understand something. If you're not seeing the results that you want, it is your diet. There is something in your diet that you need to tweak in order to get the results that you want. I don't do well with carbohydrates as much as I eat them. My body has a hard time with them. I really should be on a consistent low carb diet. And sometimes it's hard to not do. We all love bread. We all love pastas and rice and stuff. Switch to whole wheat and see how that goes for you. But I'm going to tell you, a lot of people think eating low fat, you've got to find a diet that works for you and consider getting diet genetic testing done. I believe CVS sells the kit for $40 and you can get a DNA done to actually find out what you need to be eating, structured specifically for your DNA. And also look up diets that are based on blood type. If you know what your blood type is, you can also do some research. Start keeping a food journal. Download the app called My Plate, where you can start looking at what your plates are looking like for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and alter them based on how many calories you should be getting in a day. Eating more than 1,500 calories a day will make you gain weight if you're trying to lose it. Don't go lower than 1,200 calories. So these are all just little tidbits of things, but all right, you guys, thanks again, and I'll see you tomorrow.